Hey guys, Dr. Mark T. Wade here, and I want to come to you again with another live training session for your one day summit formula. So, what I want to talk about today specifically is how using a one day summit can create know, like, and trust. Because as entrepreneurs, especially online entrepreneurs, one of the biggest kind of setbacks or hindrance or things that we need to overcome is creating a relationship. We need to be able to create a relationship with our audience and our future customers. So, most of the things out there, it's all about like what level of relationship is there going to be, and we also have to consider and think about the amount of risk that's involved on the person's side, on the customer or the audience's side that they're going to have to take. So when we're talking about know, like, and trust, like we have to each thing that we're constantly doing is hopefully a step in the right direction. Because I mean, we could put things out there, and we all make mistakes, and we all have accidents or have things that don't go as we expected that can cause us to actually tarnish or diminish that. So like some examples of like things that allow us to create know, like, and trust. So when somebody interacts with a Facebook Live with you, they're spending time with you. So they're building a little bit of they're getting to know you a little better. They're getting to see, do I relate with this person a little bit better? So like videos are great. That's why Facebook Lives, that's why live Instagram Lives, that's why those things are doing so well, is because it really lets people feel like they build a relationship, like they actually build this connection with you. Now, it's also why like things like courses have historically been great. It's because they're seeing you in a video. Now we're having to overcome the problem of like shorter attention spans and kind of too much being thrown at people and not being able to finish the courses. But still, courses were great because of the videos allowed people to again build a relationship with you. So now other things that we've used that are not as effective, but they still work, is, for example, webinars. That's why webinars were so popular, is because people could hop on, they'd spend an hour with you, and they would get a chance to hear you talk. They would build this little rapport with you, see your mannerisms, get taught or insight into something, and then also have the ability to ask you questions. I mean, Facebook Lives or live videos are just a progression of essentially webinars. Um, but now it's like, and I'll come back to the risk factor in that, and then let's take it down even a lower notch, like opt-ins for a lead magnet, like a PDF, an ebook, a resource guide, a cheat sheet. I mean, those used to be so effective, so powerful back in the day, right? I mean, like we used to be able to do PDFs, cheat sheets, resource guides, and you'd have like huge conversions rates. But now, like, people understand and they're tired of it. They actually have information overload. I mean, we all have all these PDFs and ebooks and things, in on our computers that we've never gone through. So like those are even less of a relationship. But I mean, they had that component of the fact that they received something from you, so it felt like they were building a relationship. Now, the risk factor that goes involved. So if we're looking at the progression, like, I mean, you got ebooks or downloads all the way up to like a video, like a pre-recorded video, to a live video, like a webinar, like to a live video, to actually being in person with you. I mean, obviously being in person with you is the highest level you could have. Um, so the last part would be the risk factor that goes into this. So the risk factor is like, if we look at like a coach or consultant that's like selling like high ticket items, like a high ticket coaching. So it's going to cost you $25,000 for a year of coaching with me, for example. Let's say that that's what it is. The way they typically get people to engage with them or to take this is they have some prerequisites. So you got to go through some information. You got to take some action steps that actually show you're interested. And then when you go on, you get on a call, right? You get on a call either with the person's team or with that person. And then that person then does the same thing. They spend time with you. They answer your questions. They give you information, insight. They talk about how they're going to help you. And then they overcome any objections. They let you, ask questions, and then they pitch you on an opportunity to buy their coaching. So the thing with that is that's high risk. People know that if I'm getting on a call with you about coaching, that your goal is obviously you want me to be on that your coaching program because you make money. And so you're going to try and sell me on something. So most of us have this kind of repulsion, or, you know, like we don't want to be on those calls unless we are convinced that we really want to move forward with it. Like we almost have to know, like, this is the thing we want to do before we even get on the call to then be told we want to do it. So the reason is because we know we're about to be sold. So that's a high risk. Now, they still work tremendously, but the reason they work is, in order to get them to work, you have to provide a ton of value and urgency on the front end to get people to take action and move into that, to then get on the call and then have that offer. Now, lower risk things are like the ebook. The ebook's super low risk. Like I can even give you a fake email, right? Like you're not going to call me, you're not going to see me. Like if I give you my real email, maybe email me, I can unsubscribe. Like if you pop something up that I don't want, I just click out of it. Super low risk. Okay. Now, with that being said, like it's low risk, but it's also like not a ton of value. So there is that exchange. So what we want to be able to do is provide a low risk opportunity that has high value, that allows us to build that relationship, which creates know, like, and trust. That's, again, why I believe the One Day Summit is one of the best ways to do this. So like with the One Day Summit, they can, if we're doing a list builder framework, for example, so we have, you know, essentially 10 different frameworks. If you're doing a monetization framework, you may do it slightly different, but like, let's stick with the list build. Monetization framework would only be done with an audience you've already built a relationship with already anyways. So the list builder framework is when we're trying to build an audience. It's at the top of our customer journey. So with that being said, we will want to, like with the One Day Summit, allows people to see, okay, what is this? You're solving a problem. So I have interest, like I want it. Like I know you're going to solve a problem. You give me a set timeline. So I know I have a specific time that I'm going to get the result that I'm looking for, okay? Which is how we overcome attention span, is we give people a result that they're looking for, that they're suffering from. You know, we overcome a problem that they have a challenge with in a very short amount of time, a defined amount of time. So with that, we are able, like we let them see what it's going to have. We also build credibility. So the trust factor comes in on a list builder summit, One Day Summit, because we have these other expert speakers that are on there. The person already has credibility or trust with that person. So we use expert leverage to build some, or to leverage some of that expertise or credibility from that person, from that other speaker. So we build some of that trust with our audience. They can see all of this, so they feel more comfortable going ahead and giving it. It's low risk but high value, because all they have to do is opt in for it. Now the thing is, with the One Day Summit, they can't just give you a fake email, because unless they actually, they have to get the information you're going to provide to show up on the summit. And unless they show up on the summit, on the One Day Summit, or unless they show up to get the material, the information, the sessions, they don't get the results. So it decreases that kind of tire kicking dramatically. Nobody's going to go, I'm going to give you a fake email and then not do, and knowing I'm not going to get anything. So they give you the email. They have a bit of trust in you because of the people on there you're leveraging. And then once they actually get onto once they actually engage with the information and they start to process all the different sessions, like you start to solve, either you or one of the speakers you have starts to solve their problems, your trust and, of course, like factors go way up. So like, this person has put this together. They've got expertise. They've got credibility because of all the other people. I'm now spending time with you because I'm on these videos with you and these professionals. So I'm getting to know you better, which is building the relationship. I like you more because you're solving my problem. And I trust you because you've done what you've said you've done, or you've allowed me to do what I needed or what I wanted. So One Day Summits are great for creating know, like, and trust. They're also great for relationships with partners and affiliates and strategic partners, things like that. But when it comes to our audience, One Day Summits are fantastic and one of the best ways of creating a relationship and know, like, and trust with our audience, because it's low risk but high value and allows them to spend the time with us that they need to build that relationship. So I just wanted to come in and talk about that, the importance of know, like, and trust, because if we don't have that, we're never going to get them to engage in the next step, which is the monetization step, and we're not going to progress them through the customer journey. So that's just some information on creating know, like, and trust, how One Day Summit allows you to do all of that super effectively with expert leverage.